It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. Led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world. And you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Kim Hui tuning in from Sedona, Arizona. I want to welcome all of you to our Wellness Wednesday. Those of you that are familiar with this podcast, is on Wednesdays, we talk about wellness, things that nourish our body, things that are actually good for our bodies. So this afternoon, I have the privilege of interviewing someone that's really renowned in the space of phytonutrients. He's a Caltech trained scientist. Not only is a scientist, I think a lot of times, in the space of science, people can study science, can research science, but for someone that actually have the ability to apply science and to formulate products. As a matter of fact, he has 16 patent pending products, as well as successfully formulated over 70 supplement products. So we're really honored and privileged to have him because, he's not only is he a scientist, I said earlier, he's also a formulator, bringing product that actually to nourish human health. I mean, I absolutely love that. And so he is our chief scientific officer for a company called 3. So without any further ado, let's welcome to the podcast, Dr. Dan Gubler. Dr. Dan.
Hello, Kim. So great to see you.
So great to see you, and welcome to our Wellness Wednesday today.
My pleasure. It's great to be with you, and it's great to be with everyone. I appreciate all that each of you do. I love my interactions with you, both here on Wellness Wednesday and in person, and I'm excited for the conversation we're going to have.
Absolutely. And this is unscripted, so, it's going to be really fun. I want to thank you for being the leading figure in the field of natural health and bring natural health solution for humanity. And I could tell you that the last 2 years that we've been working together, I myself have benefited tremendously on the product line that we have, as well as traveling around the world, hearing the responses from the product. So I want to say thank you for all that you've done and all that you will continue to do. So it's incredible. How do you feel, Dr. Dan, as a scientist?
I feel great. This is what I was born to do. This isn't a job for me. It's a passion. Like a lot of people know, I was born to be a scientist. My grandfather was a scientist. It's literally in my DNA. And so I just count it a privilege every day that I get to wake up and I'm still alive and breathing. I just, I think about science all the time. I think about new innovations. That's what excites me, right? There's so much left to be discovered and explored. And, if I was born a century or two earlier, I think I'd be on those boats, sailing into the unknown, because that's just what excites me. And there's so much left in science to be discovered and explored. And you talked about phytonutrients, molecules, right? I eat, I sleep, I drink, I breathe molecules. And so it's just a pleasure to be here at 3. It's a pleasure to work with Daniel and the corporate team and the science team that we have. It's a pleasure to work with you, Kim, and your great team. And I'm just so grateful for all that I've been given and to do what I'm able to do.
Well, thank you, Dr. Dan. I think your passion shines through in the work that you do and the product that you bring to the marketplace that we all can enjoy. And now we are a company, Dr. Dan, that's known to be a molecule company. So maybe you can help explain, a layman like myself, we know about phytonutrients, but why is molecules so important, so different than just phytonutrients?
Yeah, so if people ask you what type of company 3 is, we are the world's first and only molecular company, meaning we look at the molecular level. And that makes sense to me as a scientist because the body is molecular. And for those of you who don't understand what a molecule is or who slept through, 9th, 10th, 11th grade science class that you had to take, a molecule is basically 2 atoms put together, right? So we have atoms, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. If you put 2 of those together, by definition, that's a molecule. So H2O, water, that's a molecule, right? Sugars, those are molecules, carbohydrates, fats, resveratrol, if you're familiar with our company, right? Those are molecules. And so there are 10 to the 18th, right? There are octrillions of molecules in our body. And so what we do is we find and discover molecules from nature that can interact with the molecules in our body to promote and support health in ways not seen before in the industry.
Wow. Okay. So let me try to understand this. So let's say, for example, like whole food, right? So from whole food, there's phytonutrients in the whole food. So if we break it down a step further, it's the molecules that we extracted or curated from the phytonutrients. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. Phytonutrients are molecules. So when you take a whole food, the types of molecules that a whole food it has macronutrients, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, and those are molecules. It has micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, vitamin C, zinc, etc. And it has phytonutrients, like polyphenols, flavonoids, resveratrol, and those are molecules as well. And so what we do, we're really interested in those phytonutrients, as you said, because those are the medicinal molecules in plants. So what we do is we take a whole food, a plant, and we selectively pull out different molecules that are important to what we need, and we enrich those molecules. And that's what we call at 3, the curation process, where we pick and choose, just like a Michelin star chef will pick and choose different ingredients, right? And put it together to just make that dish sing.
You are such a brilliant scientist and able to take this complex, idea and concept and to break it down in such an understandable way. So thank you. Thank you. The way you described it, Dr. Dan, it's like I'm eating all those molecules. I'm so excited about that. So thank you so much. Now, and Dr. Dan, and that's why I think, the last 2 years, almost 2 years now, you and I, we've been to different parts of the world and in hearing stories of how our line of supplements enrich their lives. It's just such a happy thing for me. And today we're going to pivot a little bit. We know that we have a line of incredible supplements, 6 products. But I know that recently we had launched a product that was a smashing success. So we're going to pivot from supplements to your new discovery. So a product that really was like when we launched it, got sold out. And so I want to pivot to skincare. And so I want to ask you, Dr. Dan, first, before we talk about our line of product, let's talk about skincare. Of gazillion skincare products out there, when you set out to, first, why a skincare product? And second, when you set out to do the skincare line, what were some of the things you're looking for to formulate, to deliver a product that the marketplace so much needed right now?
What a great question. The skin is the largest organ of the body, and we might not think about that, but the skin is an organ. It's living, it's breathing, it's dynamic, and it's critically essential for health. And one of the obvious reasons is the skin holds all the other organs inside, right? The heart,
That's
the
right.
brain, the liver, etc. But what we're finding in studies that are coming out is the skin is so important for overall health, not just for beauty. That's an important thing. We don't want to denigrate that in any way. It's important to look beautiful because really cool clinical studies have shown that when we look beautiful and when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we say, man, I look beautiful, that actually helps to send signals to all other parts of the body to help it function better. So that's important. But we're also finding that the skin, this organ, it has molecules on the skin that communicate with different organs in the body. And we'll probably talk about that a little bit more in the future. But it also, what we found, there's really cool technology that the skin gives off molecules called chemosignals that actually help us communicate with other people. And they're not pheromones, right? Pheromones is kind of this interesting thing that can be seen as kind of hokey. But when we're feeling happy, when we're feeling sad, when we're excited, these molecules come off the skin that can help us to feel happy, and they can actually transmit messages to other people. And so that's kind of interesting, and that's kind of out there. But I tell that to show that the skin is so vital in everything that they do, in everything that the body does, right? Skin health is essential to what it means to be human. And there's discoveries that we don't know about the skin that are still out there. And so when we really wanted to transform human health, as you said, we have these amazing nutritional products that regulate epigenetics and all this geeky stuff. But, to make it complete, we wanted to make sure that we could address this largest organ of the body. The skin's prone to being damaged, UV radiation, pollution, poor diet, stress, anxiety. There's a lot of lifestyle factors that can damage the skin. So we really wanted to address skin health in unique and novel ways.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So you know what you're talking about, it sounds like out there, it's not, because I live in Sedona, right? So right now, I mean, when you meet with people, like you can feel the vibes, and maybe it makes it to what you talk about, what the skin's coming. I mean, whatever. So, okay, let's come back to our skincare. So Dr. Dan, what is so unique? I mean, like this was one of my favorite products. So I want to talk about, this product that you formulated and you we introduced a couple of months ago. Tell us about this amazing product. This is one of my favorite products at 3. So this amazing serum, how are we different than whatever is out there in the marketplace? What is a unique, we're a molecule company. So what is the uniqueness about this product?
So as you said, we are a molecular company. And what we do simplistically is we find new molecules all around the world, and we use new molecules in our products. So, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And that's what the skincare industry is right now. They're using the same molecules, the same things. It's old, it's tired. There's ingredients that are good. Hyaluronic acid, for instance, that's a good ingredient. But when everybody's using the same thing, you're not different and you don't have power. And so what we set out to do is to find a new molecule and molecules from around the world that could support health. And so we traveled all around the world, and we ended up in the Mojave Desert, the hottest place on the planet. Air temperatures get up to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And we've been studying that area for quite a while. And what we found recently is that there is a molecule in a plant called the desert plantain, and this molecule is called allantoin. And there's other molecules that we have in there as well that we found are very good at protecting the skin, at nourishing the skin, at reducing, supporting a healthy inflammatory status in the skin. Because the skin is prone to being damaged. And so this molecule helps to protect the skin in new and novel ways that have never been seen before in the industry. That's number one. And then number two, what we found is that this molecule and other new molecules that we're using in our Visage Super Serum can actually communicate. When it's put on the skin, it can actually help the skin communicate with the brain. That's called the skin-brain connection. And so what we found is that when you put these Visage Super Serum molecules on the skin, it sends a signal to the brain. There we go. Exactly. I just put mine on about 30 minutes ago. It sends a signal to the brain that increases production of neurotransmitters in the brain. So basically what that does is that supports emotional wellness in the brain in ways that have never been seen before. So not only do we have ingredients in this product that help to support, healthy hydration, that support a healthy inflammatory status in the body, that can support, skin elasticity and collagen production, but these molecules are what we call neurocosmetic. And so Visage Super Serum is the first serum that contains new molecules that have never been seen before, and it's the world's first neurocosmetic. So you put these two things together, and my goodness, you have power that we've never seen before in the industry.
Absolutely. It's such a powerful product. Yeah, we do have a lot of people that are telling us, hey, I've been using this serum, and they tell us that they're actually sleeping better. So, that's just some of the benefits out here. Now, for myself, I'm in Sedona, it's very dry over here. So I found this serum super hydrating. Like when you put it on, it just glides on and it gives a natural glow. So thank you. And Chloe, as you know, a friend of ours, she will always say, what, she should put, ever since she's been using the serum, she's happier. It's really amazing how, in the times that we're living in right now, a skincare product that actually have, neural and skin connection. Fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Dan, for formulating a product and bringing it to the marketplace. Now,
my pleasure. It's
Dr.
been
Dan.
exciting.
Yes, it truly is. This serum, like I can't get enough of it. I mean, I put it everywhere, my neck, and also like for ladies, if you like, I'm about to turn 60, right? So sometimes, the laugh line or whatever. So I dab in here, I see it dramatically reduce. So my neck, and anyway, so I can go on and on about the product. So now, Dr. Dan, we last month in December, we launched 2 other products. And I want to talk about how because I love this product, how the other 2 products complement this one and what is unique about it and how we're so different than what's in the marketplace. So with that, let's first talk about this beautiful product, our cleanser, our Visage line, our cleanser. Would you talk about this pure cleanser? And I love it. So would you talk about this, a little bit about this?
Yeah. So in traditional skincare regimens, the first step is to cleanse the skin, right? And the serum that we develop, that's usually the third step in the line. And, a cleanser, obviously, as the name implies, is to clean the skin. We want to remove dirt particles. We want to remove, pollutant particles that are sitting on the skin. There's dead skin cells. And so we wanted to remove those. But, here at 3 Science, we don't develop something just to develop something. We're not a me too company. So if we develop something, it needs to use new technology, new molecules, and new discoveries that can really cleanse the skin in novel ways that have never been seen before. And so what we've done with our cleanser is we've used a new technology called quorum sensing. And quorum sensing is the way that bacteria communicate with each other. So simply put, bacteria have conversations with each other. And instead of using words, they use molecules. That's their language. And so good bacteria use molecules and bad bacteria use molecules. And the language of good bacteria is different than the language of bad bacteria. And basically what we've found is we've found molecules that can actually destroy the language of bad bacteria. It can actually come in and neutralize. So it's basically like taking away the cell phone, of bad bacteria. So they can't text, they can't call, they can't type, they can't send email. And when bad bacteria are siloed, they die. And that allows good bacteria to repopulate the skin. So we all know about the gut microbiome, right? We've heard about the gut microbiome and probiotics and prebiotics and how good that is for health. Well, there's the skin microbiome, which a lot of people haven't heard of, right? So there are millions of bacteria living on the skin. And, so when we get a pimple or when we get, red skin or whatnot, that is an indication that bad bacteria is overpowering good bacteria on the skin. And so our Pure Cleanse product is a skin microbiome product to make sure that the skin is communicating properly. So not only does it remove dead bacterial cells and dirt and all that stuff, it ensures the skin is communicating with itself. Because if communication on the skin is not happening, then the skin is not going to be as healthy as it can.
So the microbiome, like we have a product, our supplement product, the Immune, it has quorum sensing technology. That's for our gut health, right? So this product has quorum sensing, is a microbiome for the skin. So the Immune is a microbiome for the gut.
That's right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Love it. No wonder. You know what? Some of our friends, what we've been using, Dr. Dan, like after we cleanse our skin, and sometimes, we kind of, get our skin wet and then we put this on and we leave it on. I leave it on as a mask and, and then I wash it off. It's amazing. It's so milky. And it cleanses so well, but without any, like you feel everything such a natural milk cream that goes on your skin. Fantastic. It never dry.
That's right. In most cleansers, with the technology and the ingredients that they're using, most cleansers use surfactants, right? And surfactants actually, they strip the skin. Not only do they pull away dead skin cells and pollutants, but they actually rip moisture away from the skin. And when you pull water away from the skin is bare and it's exposed. And that's not a good thing. You always want the skin to be bathed in a layer of water. And so with most cleansers, when it's stripping and peeling water away, that actually damages the health of the skin. And so you don't want that. And so with this formulation, the silky, smooth, rich, creamy, we're both cleansing and nourishing the skin. We're maintaining that water layer. And that's so vital for overall skin health.
I have never had a cleanser in my whole life, 60 years, right? Until this, that actually I feel is very moisturizing, even as I cleanse my skin. It's remarkable. So what is there a special ingredient in here and technology in here that, besides quorum sensing, that delivers that result?
Yeah, so these molecules that we talked about from Death Valley, from the plantain plant, many of those molecules are hydrating and moisturizing. And that's why you mentioned before the serum goes on so silky, smooth, and hydrating. That's also why our cleanser is so hydrating and smooth, one of the reasons. And then we have other molecules, fatty acids, and we have other molecules that mimic the oil layer on the skin, the sebum. And so with that combination, you have a very smooth, luxurious, hydrating experience when it comes to cleansing the skin.
Look at that. Silky. Well, I don't know if you can see this. I just absolutely love this product. And I will put a little water and I use it as a mask. Someday, Dr. Dan, please come up with a mask so we could make it even more beautiful.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Now, Dr. Dan, then pivot to another new launch. This amazing radiant toner. I mean, for me, like when I spray it on, I feel my skin tightening. And so there's a lifting effect. So would you tell me what is I love the smell. It's very soft. So tell us what's the uniqueness about this toner and how this the cleanser, the toner and the serum, how they complement one another.
So with our toner, the second step is toning, right? So you cleanse the skin and then you tone the skin. And most toners in the market are alcohol-based. And again, they pull water away. And the idea in the mainstream, what's really funny, I've had a lot of people tell me that a toner is usually used, so cleansers strip the skin, and then toners are actually to kind of help bring that back. And I'm like,
that's what I thought all these years.
Yeah, but that's just kind of silly. Like you use a product to create a problem, and then you have to use another product to solve the problem. That's just ridiculous, right?
That's right.
Why in the world would you do that? So for us, I don't know about other companies, and they could do whatever they want, but for us, the idea of the toner is to now prepare the skin for the deep nourishment of the serum. And so our toner is rich in vitamins and minerals. And it also helps to activate the pores. It doesn't enlarge the pores. We need to be perfectly clear, right? This is not going to make larger or anything. But what it does is it activates the pores. Molecules go into the pores on the skin surface and activate them, kind of open them up a little bit so that they can now, so when we use our serum, we can now receive the full benefit of those neurocosmetic ingredients.
So we activate, meaning not open, but activate is like activate it so it's ready to receive the good nutrients and good stuff that's coming on.
That's right. We activate the pores, and also activating the pores makes sure that the neurons on the surface of the skin are maintained and promoted so that when we add the neurocosmetic ingredients, then ping, those neurons can then be activated so we could support health of the skin-brain connection to an even more powerful level. So the idea with a cleanser and toner is it makes our neurocosmetic technology even more powerful.
So do the cleanse and then do the toning. Look at that. Look at the glow, Dr. Dan. See?
Yeah.
This is right on camera. Okay. All right. And then the serum, right? So, I mean, Dr. Dan, I am so glad we're living a time with you right here in this space that we get to enjoy some of the scientific breakthroughs that you bring into the market and really, really nourishing the body from inside and out. So, Dr. Dan, with all that we have now, we have so any like skin line, we have the cleanser, the toner, and then the serum. So what else are you working on? What else can you kind of can we give a little hints? What's going on? What else is coming in the pipeline? Because, as a for me, using skincare from all over the world, I know I want a little bit more. So can you tell us what's out there? So what's secret, what exciting stuff we are working on right now?
Yeah. So, one of the most exciting things that we're always doing at 3 as a molecular company is we're always traveling around the world looking for, discovering new molecules. And it's hard. Most of the time you go to a place and you don't find anything. You don't find anything new. And it's hard, and it could be a struggle, and it could be depressing, right? You travel all the way around the world to somewhere and you just don't find anything that's amazing. So we travel all around the world, and we found something that's really cool. We found some new molecules that we're really excited about. We've been studying them for a while. We've been figuring out we've been studying how they work, and we've found some new molecules that are actually dynamite when it comes to skin health. And we've been doing some clinical studies, and we've been doing some formulation. And some of the formulation work that we've been doing is very, very exciting. And we've been testing it in a new skincare product. And, when you think about the normal skincare steps, you have 1, 2, 3, and then, you have other steps. And so we won't say more than that, but we found some new molecules that are dynamite for another need state that's commonly used in a skincare line.
Wow. I know anything and everything you touch is novelty. I mean, it's nobody has it. And so I'm so excited now. So my question is, this new molecule discovery, how is it going to pair with our neurocosmetic? Does it complement one another? Can you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it forms a beautiful complement. So the molecules that we have in our serum that provide a need state here, we have new molecules that are in some of the, a new product that we're working on and other products that they dovetail nicely together. We want to make sure that they're complementary, right? There's like the Venn diagrams where there's a little bit of overlap, right? That's what we have here. And so they work together. It's kind of like in cooking where you pair things together, where one ingredient is good, the other is good, and you put it together and boom, it's like dynamite, right? It just tickles the mouth in this new, unique, powerful way. And so these new molecules that we've discovered, they work seamlessly, synergistically, harmoniously with these other molecules to provide just amazingly powerful benefits. And so we couldn't be more excited about what we're working on. And, I stay awake at night sometimes. I sleep like a baby, meaning I wake up every 2 hours and cry. I'm just kidding. But I stay awake at night just thinking about when we're able to introduce these molecules to the world. That's what gets me so excited. Researching is good and whatnot, but whenever I research, I just am so excited when I think about how people from all around the world will be able to use these molecules that have never been used before in the history of the world to take their health to the next level. That's just what excites me.
It's incredible.
I'm just so pumped and excited about the future.
The pioneering spirit, and not only pioneering, it's as a scientist, you want to be in the forefront in research and in discovery. And I love it that we get to be a group of pioneers to go promote a product that actually make a positive impact to human health. So I'm so grateful for you, Dr. Dan. So one last question, Dr. Dan. So is there any timeline for this new product? Because I know what we're missing. So, and I am excited to get my hands on this new product that's going to be coming. And can you disclose a little bit when approximately, or you can't talk about it? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, timeline is more timeline is more our founder and CEO, Daniel Piku, right? I'm the scientist. I develop something, and then he determines when to launch it. But what I can tell you is that it is pretty much ready to go. And we've put some of the finishing touches on it, and it's exciting. It's dialed in. The studies that we've done are just showing great results, and it's head and shoulders above other things that are out there. You in this area, there's products that have been used that are really expensive, that have been used in the industry for a while, that are kind of the gold standard. And what I can tell you all is that this product that we've been testing, that we've been developing, is actually better than the gold standard ones out there. It's actually quite a bit better. And that makes sense because new molecules, new technology equals better, new, powerful results.
Wow, I can't wait. So Dr. Dan, please put it on your list. We would love to have a mask, besides this new product coming out and some other stuff. And I am really grateful as a fellow human being for all the work that you're putting in and the discoveries that you're bringing to the marketplace. So once again, for me, I know a lot of scientists and doctors, but for someone like yourself as a scientist, able to take what you learn, what you discover, and to put it in a product, to apply it, to put in a formulation, to bring it out to the marketplace, that's incredible. So thank you, Dr. Dan.
My pleasure. Like I said, I just count myself so blessed and so grateful to be able to do what I love, to be able to develop new products, formulation. I'm grateful for Daniel Piku, founder and CEO of 3, for his unflinching support. And I'm grateful for you, Kim, and the other leaders at 3, and for all of you listening that are listening here on this Zoom. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you are using our products, grateful that you're interested in what we're doing, and I'm grateful that you share our products. And that's really what we need. You can have the most powerful product on the planet, but if it's not shared, if it's not used, then it's of no use. And so from the bottom of my heart, I'm grateful to each of you who are listening today for using and trying the product and for sharing it around the world. Because for me, it's all about change. My goal is for these formulas, this new technology, to reach as many people as possible, right? We want it to reach all of the 7+ billion people on the planet, so that they can have happiness, so that they can have joy. That's what it is. It's not about making money for me. It's just, when I close my eyes and I think about someone from anywhere around the world using the product and seeing a benefit in their life where they're happier, they're more at peace, they look better, they feel better. And then they can share that with their loved ones, those people who they dearly love, who they would do anything for. And those people feel that same result. And it's just this domino effect around the world. That's what it is for me.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Thank you for your heart. And I sense it all the way right here in Sedona. And so thank you for all that you do. And to our audiences here today tuning in, those of you that are going to watch on the video recording, I want to welcome you to our global community. And so we have, if you haven't gotten your product, get your line of clean product, and not only clean, I mean, it's wholesome and it just does something amazing. So if you haven't tried this, make sure you talk to your friend who introduces Link to you and get your hands on this amazing product. So Dr. Dan, we look forward to the next exciting product that's going to be launched soon. And thank you for taking your time to be on this call with us tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have an incredible day, guys. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.